Awesome. Okay, cool. As people join, I will invite them, but I want to be cognizant of everyone's time. So welcome to today's session on how to maximize your conversion rate from website leads. The goal is to provide helpful insights to generate better results from your web traffic and show you how you can convert leads into bookings. So let's dive right in. All right, so your website is just one part of our digital dominance method, which is our method to maximize your lead flow online. This marketing method is an omni-channel approach, and that just means you want to have a great website that's built to convert, which we're discussing today, but you also want to be showing up organically in Google. You want to be driving paid traffic with paid ads and Google ads. You also want to have retargeting in place to stay in front of those prospects that leave your website and don't convert. And when you do get a lead, you want to ensure that you have a marketing automation in place so you're following up with those leads. So this digital dominance method really maximizes your lead flow online. But today we're really going to focus on what I consider the foundation of your online marketing, which is making sure you have a great website that's built to convert. Because if you don't, that's going to be the bottleneck for all of your marketing. So just some quick housekeeping as we jump in, turn off cell phones, put away IG. If you're really serious about getting results from your website, let's just give this your undivided attention. My goal is to keep this about 30 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer if there's questions after. And in that time, I want to give you some specific actionable insights on what you can do with your website to improve your conversion rates. So just give me a quick one in the comments if you're okay with that, just to make sure you're out there and you're listening. Right, a few more people in here as they're waiting. Great. Okay, so who am I? Why should you listen to me? I've worked in digital marketing since 2007. I've had the opportunity to talk and work with aesthetic practices and med spas across the United States. Also, on a personal side, I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed pile hacker. So I have a really, interest in wellness. So I kind of love marketing and I practice wellness. So they work together really well. And outside of that, at this point, I've had the opportunity to talk and work with hundreds of med spas in some of the most competitive markets in the country. We've helped some go from obscurity online to the point where now they're dominant player, generating tons of leads each month. And what I'm going to share with you today isn't based on theory. It's not based on some book I read somewhere. It's all based on actual outcomes by working with aesthetic practices, just like yourself. And this is what we do. We work with med spas and aesthetic practices to make them the go-to resource in the area by getting their online marketing right. So as we get into this, I like to frame these sessions around a problem. There's really no sense of learning about conversions if there's not a problem to solve for. So what we're finding is that in aesthetic businesses, they're making a really big investment into marketing. You guys might be spending a lot to create a website. You might be doing SEO, pay-per-click advertising, or you've worked with multiple different marketing companies. And what we're finding that what's frustrating these people just like yourselves is you might not be getting traffic, but you might also be getting traffic because you're paying for ads or paying for aids, but you're not getting qualified leads. So it's a traffic plus leads issue. When you're not getting enough qualified leads in your market to keep your schedule full, oftentimes you end up with a low return on investment and you end up saying, oh, I tried Facebook, it doesn't work. I worked with a marketing company, it doesn't work. So I talk to med spas and really medical directors almost every week, and I hear it all the time. They say, I'm spending lots of money on my marketing, but I'm not even generating enough to break even. And that could be frustrating. And you're trying all these things, it's just not working. Give me a one in the comments real quick now if you've experienced this at some level, like you're spending money or you're willing to put money towards online marketing in general, but the results just aren't there and you wind up frustrated. Okay, good. Yeah, it's pretty common. So if you don't generate the leads for the investment, then you can't grow and continue to serve your local market. So the goal, really, what we're looking to solve on today's session is making sure you have a great website that's built to convert, where you can consistently convert visitors into a lead. In my opinion, even more important is to convert a lead into a scheduled appointment, which generates consistent revenue for your business, leading to a full schedule of appointments. Your website is really your hub, right? Or maybe your home base. We know that prospects will wind up on your website before they convert. And without an effective website, you might be hemorrhaging leads and opportunities. So why is conversion rate important? We keep saying the word conversion rate. We know that the average conversion rate for med spa websites is around 5 to 15%. And then we know that every single visitor becomes vastly more valuable when you increase your conversion rate. So here's two quick scenarios that I'll just show you why we talk about conversion rate, why it matters. On scenario one, let's just say you have 2,500 visitors coming per month. That's not, that many visitors, but also that's nothing. Let's say you convert 5 of those, that's 125 calls or leads that come in. If we convert 30% of the people that we talk to, that's 37 booked appointments. You have a $100 average transaction value, which is low for some, but that is the average transaction value for most med spas. That's about $3,700 in revenue through the website. Scenario 2, let's say you have the same amount of visitors, but now instead of converting at 5%, you convert at 15%. That now equals 375 calls or leads. Same conversion rate of 30% from the people you're talking to. That probably won't change. That's now 112 booked appointments. That now equals $11,250 in revenue. So you can see there's a stark difference between getting your conversion right, getting your conversions up just a little bit. So those numbers really demonstrate how your conversion rate really impacts your revenue. And if you already have some existing traffic, we can help to make more money, book more appointments with that traffic. On the flip side of that, if you don't have traffic yet, you still need a great website. So when you do start, driving traffic to the site, that it will convert. So if you guys are still with me, just give me one in the comments if that makes sense. I think once you understand what conversion rate is, it's really worth investing time and energy to get this dialed into the highest level possible. Okay, good. Seeing some ones there, Rita, Mariana, awesome. So how do you optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow? One thing is I did put together a free workbook for this, and you can pull it up just by going to this link right here, medspamarketingportal.com, 2023-SEO-workbook. The main thing I want you to do is have some action items so that when you leave the session, you're not just like, okay, I have some ideas, but instead you have some insights where you can look at the team or maybe give this to your team and have specific things to execute on the website. And here's what the workbook looks like here. We're going to go over the 11 critical elements to enhance your conversion. There's a little bit of a cheat sheet for 9 steps to triple your sales. And then here's the 11 conversion elements that we are going to go over. You don't have to worry about memorizing. We're going to explain each one in detail. I will also put this link directly into the chat in case anyone needs it now. All right. So continuing on, I'm not going to go through every one of these in the slides, but I will get into them as we talk about. And if you have questions, please let me know. But basically, these are the 11 critical elements to enhance your conversion on your website. Number 1, again, I'll go quickly on these and dive in. So you want to make sure you're talking to your target avatar. You want to make sure you know who you're talking to and you frame your messaging to them. You want to be real. Using authentic images helps that. You want to use video and multimedia elements. You want to leverage social proof, including online reviews. You want to get the basics in order, which we'll go over. Little things like having your phone number in the right place in your website makes a big difference in your conversion rate. You want to use packages that match the services that your clients need in order to increase your average order value. You want to make sure your website is mobile optimized. This one I'm sure you guys have heard. We're going to kind of explain why and just like a few things you should look for. You want to be leveraging live chat. A lot of the med spas are using live chat nowadays, and it's a really quick way to increase your conversion rates by a lot. You also want to start giving your clients the options to book online, and not just book online, but also be able to ask a question. And we'll explain why that matters. Site speed matters. Site's got to be fast, blazing fast, really. And then you want to make sure your users have a way to engage via SMS. So that's text, phone, with marketing automation. Towards the end of the presentation, we're going to get into marketing automation as well, too. If you don't have that running already, that's an important part that you should get going right away. So we optimize for conversion. So now I want to show you some real outcomes and some results that can help you get this dialed in. I'm going to show you a website, one of our clients that we work with. This is Radiant Med Spa. They're in Naperville, Illinois. And as I walk you through this, I just want you to think about, what conversion elements we just kind of touched on and what's on your site and what you can kind of do to improve. So let's bring up the site right here. Here is the first thing we see right here is a really nice hero image with very clear call to actions. Also, probably the first thing you notice is personalized images, right? These are really nice personalized images on here. They were able to do a photo shoot. Now, if you can't do a photo shoot, that's fine. There are ways to use stock and kind of implement some personalized image, but that's something that really sticks out in the site. Quick, easy way to book. Here's your phone number, front and center. A lot of times we either put it in the top right or in the middle. It just happens to work better with the middle. Your customers, without even knowing, are looking for certain psychological cues before they really buy. We want to make sure we're presenting those on the website. A little information about who they are. And then, as I mentioned before, sometimes you have to give multiple ways for people to kind of want to buy, right? So we're showing the top trending treatments. Some people might come to the website and know what they want. Some might just be looking at how to improve, but you can see there's multiple different ways we show all their services, or at least their service categories. And then there's even another way down here to browse by concern. So multiple different ways to get in to the services. You want to be prominently displaying your reviews. This is a really nice slider that has all the reviews that are pulled directly in Google. Kind of build a nice little image around here so that people, they might not necessarily read these reviews, but it's going to help grow validity in their minds, right? And it's going to say, okay, this company is legitimate. People work with them. I want to work with them. So you kind of continue to scroll down. You're kind of addressing clients, services, different ways to call, to book. Here's where I'm talking about asking a question. And a lot of times we'll see clients have a very easy way to book because there's a lot of, my aesthetic records and stuff like that now. But they don't have a way to ask a question. So what happens is the client comes in, they're not quite ready to book. They don't have a way to ask a question and they leave, right? Live chat's another good way for that as well too. So yeah, just multiple different ways to get in and look at the services. So that's just one example there. Now, what happens when you build a site properly? Here's some, KPIs, key performance indicators that were tracked for the site. You can see they had about, 2,600 sessions. What we really like to see is that they have a bounce rate, meaning someone has come in and they haven't just left. Bouncing means you come in, you don't click on anything, you leave. It's only 38%. That means, 6 out of every 10 people coming to the site are going in, looking at services and diving deeper. And also the average time in the page is about 1 minute, 44 seconds. This means people are spending almost 2 minutes on the website, which, as you guys know, is a pretty long time. So we know that creating this website, driving traffic to it, and then people spending time not bouncing leads to higher conversions, right? Also, creating your website properly can lead to higher rankings as well too. We're not going to get into SEO on this actual presentation, but that helps as well too. All right, moving along. Here's just like another example of a website you can see. I won't go through everything, but you can see again. Easy way to book, easy way to see services, really nice image. Now this is a stock image, but you can see down here, we were able to integrate image of the actual, the team or the doctor in this case. Easy way to call. You're going to see down here, they have a new patient package, which you really like a lot. We're going to speak in the language that they're using, right? Our 4 cornerstones of wellness: nutrition, nutrients, aesthetics, hormone balancing, things that they're looking for, things that clients are saying. Really nice new patient package I was mentioning too. If you don't know what to do, it's really easy to come in here and say, I'm a new patient. What should I get done? We put an FAQ here to help answer a lot of questions that the med spa was getting right here, so I don't have to answer them always on the phone. And again, you're going to see some of the same things like reviews. Want to make sure the reviews are here, they're being pulled in. Again, multiple ways to get into your service, right? You want to have individual service pages, easy ways to get in. Just another cool little slider here that kind of helps, talk about services. And again, book the consultation. And you can ask a question. It's not just, book. They might have questions. So that's just another example there. So you can kind of start to see how these conversion elements are coming into play. So what happens when you get to conversion elements right? Here's some website performance. You can see the vast majority of their clients are coming from organic search or direct, meaning Google My Business, they're typing right in. So we know that the traffic is coming. We want to make sure that we are converting the people. And that's why we're, so big on talking about conversion. All right, so here's just one more example. We can just quickly kind of go into this one. Again, you can see some of the same elements: easy way to book, easy way to get in services, phone number in the upper right-hand corner. Here's some of those validity symbols we'll talk about in a minute. Different ways to get into treatments, multiple services. Here's the results and the reviews, different ways. So you can see there are some things that kind of look alike because you want to make sure you have certain elements on the page to help you convert. All right, and this client in general, we were running Facebook ads, so it was really, really important to convert because you can see that, we spent about $1,500 in ads, and out of those ads, we got 1,400 clicks, but even more important, we got 58 conversions, meaning they came from Facebook and converted saying, I'm interested in the service, want to talk more, for a cost for conversion about $27. If you're not converting, you have to spend a lot more money on your ads. All right, so how can we get your website to convert like the examples we just went over? So I do have a cheat sheet for you guys as well too. I will drop the link right in here. You can go to MedSpa Marketing Portal /recommendation session if you have more questions on this. Let me put this in the link real quick. It's medspamarketingportal.com /website -conversion -cheat -sheet. You can see it's just right here. It's basically a free PDF that can show you like a website, like how to turn your website into a conversion machine. Basically, it's going to show you the elements, the engagement elements, the conversion elements, even some WordPress plugins. And then this is kind of how your website should be laid out with the phone number, the logo, the strong call to action, client testimonials, and Google Maps, stuff like that. So you can kind of look at this and say, does my website, mirror this? If not, what do I need to do? So I'd like to share with you the 11 critical elements to the enhanced conversion on your website so you can understand them and give you some examples as well. And the first step is really your ideal customer avatar. So I'm not going to go too much into this because we did cover this in our last webinar, which you can find on our website, medspamarketingportal.com. Just click on webinars, it'll be there. But you really need to see clearly, you really need to understand clearly who you're talking to and make sure all your messaging on the website matches that. So I'm sure you have a pretty good idea of who your client is, but if you haven't gone through an actual customer avatar exercise, I also have the free example of one. I can send it to you. Just write something in the comments real quick, or send me an email after with a follow-up just saying I want it. And what we did is we went through the whole exercise, fears, likes, behaviors, psychographics, demographics, and you can kind of take that and use that as an example to build out your customer avatar and then make sure your website is talking to that person. So that's really the first step. What are the critical elements we talked about is being real and being authentic, especially nowadays. Once you know who you talk to, you want to ensure you're engaging them with images that also speak to them, right? So if you have a younger clientele, you don't want older images. And what we did here is just, a quick photo shoot. The client did a quick photo shoot. They can see, the type of client that they're working with. They can actually see the office a little bit, the chair they're going to be in. And it's just a really big difference from having stock photography to having authentic images, and that can help with your conversion. Also leveraging video multimedia. I'm sure you guys have heard this. A couple of videos that can really help that you guys can just shoot on your own. You don't even really need it to be done professionally. It could be a website welcome video. It could be you or the medical director, or maybe an injector, just welcoming them to the space. That can go right in the front page. Videos for each of your services. So you can video the services. Obviously, the patient gives you permission, and those can go on each of your service pages. These also can all be leveraged for multimedia on social media as well too. Also, a quick video of just explaining why you versus the competition, like what's the difference and why someone should contact you. That goes a really long way as well too. So leveraging multimedia will help increase your conversion rate. We've talked about social proof a little bit. We want to make sure those reviews are right on the actual website. We also want to make sure you're pulling those in. So if you have a WordPress website, WP Review Slider Pro is a great plugin. It's very affordable. That will just take your reviews from Google or RealSelf or Yelp and just pull Facebook. It'll just pull them right into your website, so you don't have to do anything. If you don't have a WordPress site, Endorsal.com is another great site for that. But having these reviews on your site is really important because it's going to, again, build validity in the user's eyes to convert. All right, so we talked about the fundamentals, getting the basics in order, and we've shown you a few examples, but you want to make sure your phone number is clear and centered, maybe at the top right or top middle of your website, easy to call. We want to make sure you have that form to fill out. We talked about giving users a form to fill out, not just a way to book, right? They have to be able to ask questions. They have to be able to get to know you or inquire about pricing before they're ready to book. That we see that a mistake on a lot of websites. You also want to add those credibility symbols. So any type of icons that we can create, like, Better Business Bureau rating, any certifications you have, any licenses, any awards you have, any speaking engagements you've been at. It makes little logos. You can get little logos done, or just even list out, what your authority symbols are, and make sure those are front and center, somewhere to be seen on the homepage. And then one of the last basics is just having a clear call to action on each page, right? You can see in this example, there's a book now and there's a view service. It's very clear on what we want people to do. Possibly call as well too, but these are really the call to action elements, and you can see they're highlighted by green. A lot of times there's no call to action, or it's very unclear, or there's too many. Make sure you take a look at that, and so you can optimize that in your site. Another one, another conversion element is kind of more related to specials. And what we wanted to make sure is that the specials that you offer match the services the clients are interested in, right? You don't want to just like throw crazy specials out or stuff that doesn't make sense, or whatever Groupon's doing. Like, that stuff doesn't really work really. What we saw, for instance, was this client in general was doing a lot of work for the eyes. So they just put together a nice package on their own. They called it the Revive Eye package. They put 3 different treatments, so PRP, Upneeq, and filler, and then bundled those into a package and just put those on the website. And that was it. That's all they did. And they took, their average order value of just maybe getting, PRP treatment and almost doubled it, right? They did put a little promo price on it that you can see here, but having some type of special or offer that matches what your clients are interested in is going to matter. And really putting those packages together is going to help get your average order value up a lot. And again, you can just put that in your website and you don't even have to run traffic to it. People will see it as they come. This one I'm sure you've heard. Make sure your site is mobile friendly. I won't read all the stats, but basically everyone's on their phone. 3 out of 5 customers are searching for local business on their smartphone. But what's even more shocking, I would say, is that Google's reported that 40% of mobile consumers will go to a competitor's website if they have a bad mobile experience, meaning they come to your site on their phone and they don't have a good experience. So how do you check that? How do you know if you're having a good experience? Just pick up your phone and go to your website. Look at all the pages. Look at the homepage. Can you book? Is it easy to click to call? Which I'll show you in a second. Does it just work? Does it load fast? If not, that's definitely hurting your conversion. You're probably losing up to 40% of your people. Make sure you check it on iPhone. Make sure you check it on Android, because those will be 2 different experiences. I mentioned the click to call. Just make sure, again, that the experience is really easy on mobile. So when someone hits your phone number, it should just call them automatically, right? They shouldn't have to copy and paste it or memorize it. Like, it's very easy to do nowadays to make this stuff mobile friendly. Just make sure your website is, is ready to convert with mobile friendliness. Another one is live chat. If you guys don't have live chat set up yet, it's very easy to do. Tidio.com is a great site that give you a free live chat. Just goes right on your website, and then you get a little app and the messages come in. Our Aesthetic AI portal also has live chat. The way we do it is the user comes in, they say they want to chat, they put their name, email, and phone number. That thing gets sent to a text message, and then you start texting the live chat with the user. Now, a lot of our clients say, I don't have someone to manage live chat, or I don't want to, it's too much while I'm, maybe doing the procedures myself. That's okay. You can put on certain times the live chat's available, or, if the live chat can come in as a text, you can just send an automatic text that says, I'll get back to you. Even if they text in the weekends or something, you can say, hey, we're not available now. We'll get back to you ASAP. The live chat can increase your leads by an average of 35%, which is massive. So I definitely recommend that. So real quick, just to recap of what we've talked about so far, these are the conversion elements that should be on your website. So real authentic images, video elements, showcasing your online reviews prominently and using a tool to pull them in, getting those basics in order, phone number, web form, credibility symbols, make sure your call to actions in your site are very clear so the user knows what you want them to do, leveraging specials or offers or even packages, adding live chat to your website, and then offering clients the option to book online or really ask a question easily, which we've gone into multiple times. You want to make sure you have a way to ask a question and to book. All right, so is your website optimized for conversion? So real quick, I just want you to think about what you can implement in your business in the next 30 days to improve your website conversion. Just pick 3 things, right? 3 things that we talked about out of the 11, and then think what you can implement in the next 30 days and make sure you get those done. This is, just some action items you want to kind of write down in your head. You might say, hey, I'm going to check out Tidio and get that live chat right away. I've really been thinking about live chat. I think I want to dive in. Or, I'm going to go, I have a really nice camera. I'm going to take some new photos of my office and things like that. I'm going to get those on the site. 3 things will make a big difference in your conversion rate. Okay, so outside of the way your website converts, really the next important thing is making sure you're properly responding to these leads and converting them into paying clients, right? And this is where some of the marketing automation comes in. Really what the problem we're seeing here is from working with multiple aesthetic businesses, med spas across the country, 50 to 60% of the leads that come in, once they've converted, they leave unconverted, right? So they convert into a lead and then they don't convert into an actual sale. So those lost leads might seek, alternatives or just lose interest. This tends to happen because the front desk or maybe even yourself, you might lack the skills or really the time to effectively convert these opportunities. And we're going to show you how we can fix that. The other thing is that about 90% of web forms, so that means someone comes in the website and they ask a question, they fail to convert. We see this all the time because sometimes we'll mystery shop clients and we'll go to their website, we'll submit a form. It takes a really long time to get back to us, or someone doesn't reach out at all. So we know this is an issue in the industry. Just give me a real quick 1 in the comments if you don't have the bandwidth or you don't have the time, really energy to really chase after those forms or follow up those web chats right away. Most owners tell us that, they need almost a full-time person just to focus on leads. So yeah. All right. Seeing some 1s. Perfect. Okay. So why do those leads go cold? So the reason why they're going cold is a few things. Number 1, leads need to be followed up within 15 minutes of the submission or they pretty much go cold. And to be honest, following up within 5 minutes is going to get you the best conversion rate, and it just kind of falls off after that. And after 15, they basically don't convert. That's only 15 minutes. That's not very long, right? Also, customers need to be touched or contacted about 5 to 7 times before they're ready to book. And these are new customers. And, if you guys are really being honest with yourselves, you're probably converting the easy leads. I mean, if people that are calling and ready to book, those are the easy ones, but not many people have a system of putting the warm leads through an automated workflow to warm them up again and then convert them a few days later even. And really, the third reason why your leads don't convert is today's customers really prefer to interact via text rather than phone call or email. So you want to make sure you have a text message system set up to do that. So what is the solution? How do we fix this? And how do we automate it, right? Really what you want to leverage is called marketing automation, where there's an automation follow-up to your forms or even missed calls or texts, right? So every single form that comes in or calls that come in, we have an automation set up where that person who submits the form immediately gets a text message right after they submit the form. It could say whatever you want, something like, hey, thanks for submitting the form. What questions can we help you with? And then in addition to an auto text message that automatically gets sent out, the system can also be set up to call you or your front desk or someone managing leads saying, hey, someone just submitted a form, get back to them right away. They can even connect you to that person right away if you want to do that. We have found that this two-step process of converting leads quickly can result in a significant impact on your conversion rates. Conversion rates go up, more clients, more money, really. And now the thing that we do with automation is we also catch those unconverted leads. So that people that don't respond to the email or don't call you back, or you just can't get a hold of and they kind of go cold a little bit, we'll set up an automation next day where the lead gets, a quick check-in, maybe a text that says, hey, you expressed interest in our services. Let me know if you have any questions. And because it's just a quick text, a lot of times it's really easy for that lead to write back and they're warm again, right? They say, yeah, I was interested. I was just busy, or, I was with the kids, or, I was just asking about pricing or where you guys located, and that starts up the conversation again. And this is all done through automation. So how many of you guys think if you had an automation in place where every lead gets followed up within, the first 5 minutes or less, and every unconverted leads, is get touched through phone and email and text message, you guys would convert at a higher level? Just put a quick one in the comments. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Well, the answer is yes, and we've seen it, right? So, 100% without question that this is the kind of technology that wasn't accessible to MedSpas years ago, but it has been around in sales and the marketing industry. People like myself have been using it for a long time. We've just never had a way to really apply it to personalized service like MedSpas. So now we're really excited that we've developed a platform called the Aesthetic AI Portal, which really solves this exact situation. There's a lot it can do, and I'm not going to go into all of it right now, but it's really an automation system that we can set up and automate, things like website forms, people that message from Google My Business. You might not even know those messages are coming in. People that message from Facebook and Instagram. If you're running Google ads or Facebook ads, we can put that all into the system and set up automation to message them and convert those leads. That's really the solution here is marketing automation. So as we close out here, I want you guys to think about what you can change in your website to help increase your conversion rate. We gave a lot of great ideas, a lot of great suggestions you can implement right away. I hope you got a lot of value from this presentation. I'm sure you did at some level, but also at some point you might just need some help implementing some of these. If you do, you can go to medspamarketingportal.com. You can schedule a time with me. We can do a current evaluation of your online marketing. We can show exactly where there's room for improvement and what we do, to help you. Here's a quick recap of the conversion elements we discussed. Make sure you look at these and implement these. Make sure, you look at the cheat sheet. Make sure you look at the workbook and kind of go through some of those stuff and make some changes to your website. And really just make sure you get those 3 action items done, right? It's really easy to kind of sit on these sessions and say, oh, this is all great, but then there's too much to do. If you can just do three things that we've talked about, I think your website conversion is going to go up. So for everyone else, thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you got value out of today. If you have any other follow-up questions, feel free to reach out through the website. You can also put something in the comments. Take your time as well, on this stuff. It all doesn't have to be done right away. You can kind of be iterated through. I hope you guys have a great Q3. If you need to contact me, here's some links. We're really the MedSpa marketing experts. MedSpa Marketing Portal is our website. That's my direct phone number if you need to give me a call. And also, we do on the website something called recommendation sessions where you come in and I'll take a look at your site free and give you some recommendations on what you can do to improve. It's kind of like the free online marketing plan review. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop the recording now and go into questions from there.